the wave.
The wave.
It's reduced capacity wave, but it's the wave. Slightly. Welcome to Drayton Manor. It's our first visit of 2025, and as always, we've started off on the wave, haven't we?
We have.
Now, we were really excited to get back on the wave. I have to say, it's running really smooth. I love it. I love it as it is. I love the inversion. And normally it's a bit of a what's it because the back row's out. And we got really excited because we saw that people are in the back row, unbelievably. And then we noticed that rows 3 and 4 are out. So the ride is running at 16 people. We've worked out that it can do about 200 to 225 people per hour. So I'm glad we went there first. We still queued half an hour for it, even though we were nearly at the front. They really need to get a second train for this and sort out the train. I don't think I've ever seen all the rows working at once, but cracking ride. Really enjoyed it. So we're gonna rush around and get on the rides we know get queues, which includes Air Race here, Maelstrom, and then the Rapids open in about 10 minutes. But as you can see, the wave queue is out the front here. Yeah, I'm glad we got that one done. Air Race, God. Seems all you've done this morning is do up your shoelaces.
I've done one, I'm done the other.
This is just unacceptable. This really is. I mean, this dates back 2 years, some of this. There's just no reason. If they can't repaint the target, just wash the wall. But that is gross. Oh, it is a bit windy. Oh, your hair is proper floating in the wind. How's Air Race?
Good, very good.
I bloody love Air Race. I absolutely love it. I think it's a great ride. And it was a half-hour queue for it, but in fairness, you know, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Right, we are going to go over now and have a look at the Haunting. That's only because it gets such a long queue during the all the time. Basically, it gets a long queue all the time. So we're going to go over there early-ish and see whether or not that is. I think most people are probably in Wave, Gold Rush, and I'll tell you now that Air Race full queue is absolutely full. We're seeing a few little nice touches and upgrades around the park as we go around, which is good to see. We do like a good day at Drayton Manor. It is always really, I don't know, I feel quite relaxed.
Yeah, it's good.
And when we go to Thomas Land later and start riding on those rides, we're going to feel amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the spirit. We spin him.
Yeah.
Haunting's quite busy, isn't it?
Very busy.
Yeah, and the Wild West Shootout is even busier. Who's spinning? Kurt spinning?
Both of us, like usual.
Okay, I'm going to spin as well. That's just outrageous, Cody.
That is.
That's just, honestly.
Yeah.
Absolutely done in after blasting barrels. Now we did say we are going to apply to film, because you can apply to film. They might let us, and if they do, we'll take you on there, because we do that in Spinning Spider and basically come off feeling like we've just been in a washing machine. Oh, catch my breath back, and it'll be something to behold. It really will be something to behold. I don't actually know if Gold Rush is open.
It was going around with people about.
It was, yeah. I haven't seen it move.
Given up. People have just come out.
See a lot of people coming out. Don't really know. Maybe we'll go around the side and investigate. We did say during the closed season update that a lot of the wood was being replaced on this as it was being stripped down. And whether or not it was going to stay, a lot of people said it was being moved. As far as we're aware, it's never on the plans for being moved, and the Flying Dutchman has indeed just reopened as normal with some new love and TLC on the wood and other parts as well. So great to see it back open for 2025. It's not our destination now though, is it? We're going to go down and see whether Loki's open and maybe see if we can get on 4. I did think Loki was open.
It is open.
It is open. Hopefully they're loading all of it, and hopefully it's spinning.
Hopefully.
That's what matters. It is currently closed. I think it has opened, but it is working.
It is.
It is one of the best flat rides, I would say, to look at. Aesthetically pleasing. I love looking at it. So we might just hang here at the moment because Gold Rush is testing again now. It does actually have 2 trains on as well, which is really good. So we're just going to hang for a bit. Just see which one opens first. Now we're having a debate. I don't remember this boat being here, even though it's a flower bed. And then I don't think there's been a ride here that's had that boat. So where has that boat come from? Cody is Google searching it.
It thinks it's Scorpion Express, so.
Oh, fair play. Fair play. Any answers? Where's this boat come from? I don't recognise it as anything to do with Drayton Manor, but is it the boat from that thing over there? The Castle Quest.
Excalibur.
Yeah, that's the one. Hold on. We're keeping you in here for the full motion of what it is.
Saying, but who they are.
Kurt is Googling. I think the Excalibur boats were bigger. Why would they have a dragon on the front? What found, Kurt?
Yeah, it is. It is.
It is. Has that got a dragon? Oh, it has. So that is an Excalibur boat. Well, I never. I only went on that ride twice. It was so memorable that I remember the boat. Do you remember it? You've been on it. You won't remember it.
It's been a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. You were, 2009.
5.
Fair play. We were considering going on Accelerator, but the queue is right here. That's just... I knew it would be busy here at the parks today. It's a little bit busier than I thought. Now, just while we're down here in Frontier Falls, the cinema isn't open for 2025, and that's because they are celebrating 75 years of Drayton Manor in a little museum, a little walk-through museum, which actually ends in a 15-minute show in the cinema, which you can kind of walk in and out of as you like. To be honest, there's no sort of, no rush to get you through, in which you can see the history of Drayton Manor, and it's got some really good things in there as well. Check out our separate video if you want to have a little walk through here. Obviously, if you want to see the film, you'll need to come down and do it, but it does step into the past and even shows you Pirate Adventure, which I think is really, really cool. Really enjoyed that, mixing it up a bit for this year. So yeah, I think we're going to get... Are we going to try and get a drink? Yeah, I mean, look at the disabled entrance alone. That is mad. So I think we're going to get a drink and we're going to go into the zoo. I knew it'd be busy today, but we don't want to do Gold Rush till after 2 o'clock. We don't mind queuing for Gold Rush, to be honest. But we don't want to do that till after 2 because we want the afternoon cycle. We're going to have a quick look over and make sure Loki hasn't opened, because if it has, I still think it'll be on a slightly shorter queue. If not, we're going to get a drink and head into the zoo. Oh, we'll probably have to get an ice cream as well, won't we? Avian flu is quite high at the moment, so you are restricted to one entrance into the zoo, which is over the pads, which they've got some safe disinfectant gel there as well. Kurt's just gone to the toilet. We're hoping to get on some more rides. We are going to go into the zoo first. We won't show you too much of the zoo. I know there's been a few changes and things. We're all arguing over the maned wolf. I didn't think I saw it in October. I know I saw it in December. Kurt said I did see it in October because it arrived in October, but I don't think it was on display in October because it would have had a settling in period.
Don't know. I wonder.
Absolutely lost. I definitely saw them at Christmas. Kurt calls it a big fox. It's clearly a maned wolf, but he calls it a big fox. But we're going to go in and have a look at that, and then hopefully get back down here to get on some rides. We definitely want to get on Loki, and we definitely want to get on Gold Rush, but we want to do Gold Rush after 2 o'clock when it's on the better cycle. But yes, you're looking forward to the big fox.
They're maned wolves, so they look like big foxes.
Yeah, they're maned wolves. We didn't want to point out too much in the zoo, but it is worth noting that the coloured pheasants which were here in this enclosure, that does look like it's been pulling itself down for the last couple of years. I think a tree might have gone through it. The whole enclosure has gone. So it's actually very, very open here. And you can see down the back where the reminiscence of it all are, and a bit of land clearance. It'd be interesting to see if they put another one up, or whether or not that's game over for that. Now, we were minding our own business, making our way over to the rapids. Then we noticed that Maelstrom actually had no queue. So we thought, why not? And what a powerful ride that is. That is a beast. When you think Blackpool are going to open a bigger one next year, that is mad.
Yeah.
Because that is like full swing, 5-6 rotations, that is at full swing. And when you think Blackpool's is going to swing to 140 foot, and that thing is already crazy, and arguably now that Eagle's Claw's gone, for me, it's the best swing ride in the UK. There you go. I said it, and funny enough, as Cody said as well, with something like Air Race that gives such a consistent ride, and that next door to it, got some cracking flat rides here. Now, just while we're here, actually, look at this. This has all been repainted over the close season. Got some nice graphics on the side. It's not just one tone either, it's been nicely done. Ignore the fact they're stuck. It's got the... Well, we can't count for everything. We've got the grass over here as well with the brand new logo. Looks really, really cool. Love the look of it. Just ignore the people getting taken off of it. I think that looks really, really good for this year. But we are now heading over to the River Rapids. We're kind of assuming it won't have a massive queue.
You'd think not, wouldn't you?
It is raining now. So it seems an apt time to do it, to be honest with you, because we're already getting wet. I think it's going to rain quite heavily from 3 o'clock. You reckon 5 o'clock? I reckon. Well, it does tie in with clothes. I reckon we're going to get wet today. It's coming. It's coming. Cody, did you laugh at them then, Cody?
Yes.
The people in front of us went under the fence to take a shortcut and actually ended up at a closed gate, where if they did just walk straight on, they would have been on. Oh God, this slalom. I say it every time, it's just never ending. I would argue a surprisingly dry ride on the rapids. Only splashed by the fountains which go over, which is really good. I have to say, we are having a good day here at Drayton.
We are, yeah.
It's busier than I thought. It is Good Friday. I knew it would be busy, but I didn't think it would be quite this busy. The rain is starting to come down. It's not 2 o'clock yet, so I don't think people will leave the park necessarily. There are a few people that are in shorts and t-shirts that might want to have re-fought.
But I'm not cold.
There it's hot. It's not freezing today. No, I'll hand you. It's not freezing.
It's just a light bit of wind and a light bit of rain.
Yeah, it is.
It's not cold.
It is. Yeah, it's not freezing. I'll hand them that. It's not freezing. Now then, we are going to stop in the guest services because we were told we didn't have our picture attached to our annual pass. I have to say, and I'll be perfectly honest, the instructions for that were awful, absolutely awful. And then when I actually emailed the park, I didn't get a response back. So we'll go down there and find out what's going on, because we've still got a couple of months left of this pass. And to be honest, we probably will renew because we made good use out of it this year. And we do like a day at Drayton Manor. And much like Chessington, actually, if you come here on a really quiet day, you get loads done. And I mean, absolutely loads done. They're still in the boat, look. Bless them, hanging on in there in the rain. They've even got down that first that second backwards drop. Ooh, brutal, brutal. So we're going to head over to guest services, and then we should be in time, I think, to hit Gold Rush for the backwards cycle, which kicks in at 2 o'clock, which is definitely the better of the 2 cycles. It does say it's got a 50-minute queue, but I have to say on 2 trains from where the queue is, I'd be shocked if it was...
Anything more than 20 or 30.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if it was more than that, but we're definitely going on it today, and we're going to go and find out. That was like a minute. That was a minute in guest services. She was lovely. She's attached our picture. I still don't know what passes which on my wallet, but I'll just scan everything to get in. Don't really matter, does it?
Yeah.
But yeah, really helpful, really bubbly and polite. That's what we like to see here at the park. Right, I think now we can head to Gold Rush. I think it's going to have more than a 20-minute queue, as it's 20 to 2. So I think we should be all right to get the cycle that we want. Agreed?
Yep.
Let's do it. Not seeing too much of a queue here. We said 20 minutes. Ugh. We might end up doing the old cycle and then having to come back in to do the other one. Ah well, can't get enough of Gold Rush. Oh, we're right here. Yeah, 10 minutes top. 10 minutes top, so it's probably mostly walk. We did talk about Gold Rush, and I do think it's a massively underrated coaster. We're talking about length of coasters and the fact there's not very many long ones that we put in the UK, and we don't. And Hyperia didn't help that, in fairness. However, when you think about the footprint that Gold Rush is in, and you think about the cycle it does, that even though it's quite a short coaster in track length, because of the cycle and everything that it does, and the switch tracks, it actually makes it quite a long ride, quite a long cycle. But why aren't more parks doing these? Who would benefit from this type of ride?
Oh, a lot of parks.
Would be Chessington, wouldn't it?
Paw Patrol.
Portons.
At Chessington.
So I'm looking at the space down at Portons, which I don't think is very big for Vikings that they're doing down there. And I think something like this would be perfect. Now don't get me wrong, I think Portons are going to go either RMC single rail or Vekoma. That's my guess. Find out in a month. What are you betting?
I don't know.
What are you thinking?
I think it's more likely to be a launch for Coma than it is a single rail RMC. I think single rail RMC is not going to happen.
What, even the lightweight one? One inversion?
I think there'd be more of a chance of an actual RMC, just a very small one.
Well, I think they would benefit from something like this, and it's good to see that people are using Intamin in the country, because we know Universal will.
They will.
And look at the rides they make, really underrated. It's such a fantastic ride, Gold Rush. You get off it and you do feel satisfied that you've had a good ride, a good ride length on it. And actually, while we're waiting, we've got 8 minutes, we are going to go and do the Dutchman, the Flying Dutchman. It's not something we normally do, actually, is it?
Not often. I think I've only done it once.
No.
I remember.
I've done it a couple of times, but not often. So why have we got 10 minutes to kill? It's never got a massive queue. We're going to head on here. Aren't they sweet? Do you remember much of it?
Yeah, I only went on it last year. Or the year
Last year?
before.
Oh, year
I
before.
went on it a minute ago.
Yeah.
But
What's it all about? Right, we are going to watch and make sure that the cycle has changed before joining the queue, which means it goes backwards down the first drop rather than over the top. Once we've confirmed that, we're going to re-queue for Gold Rush. I don't know how switched on the general public are to the actual change, although there is a sign at the front. I can't tell whether I prefer it random or not. I think they had a lot of feedback because the backwards cycle is definitely more intense. It hasn't changed yet. We can see that on this one. So the backwards cycle is definitely more intense, which I think is why they've made it so a pre 2 o'clock and then after 2 o'clock. But I did like it when it was random. When it was random, it did, I don't know, it's just an air of mystery, isn't it? It's happened, people. The very next train has happened. Here we go. We have, so what's this? Oh, it's a pencil tin, right? Okay, so we have a pencil tin. We have a notepad. I mean, I don't mean to be rude. It is quite cheaply done. You know, when you, it's just not a good finish. It's a real shame. It's something they lack here. In fact, 2 things they lack here. One is they need toilet upgrades, but 2, they need to sort this out. I mean, this isn't even, this is, anyone that knows, this is the absolute basic branding, and that's £25 for that t-shirt. That's quite steep, to be honest with you. £64.90 for non-embroidered. I mean, at least that one's branded, in fairness.
That's quite a nice jacket.
Yeah, it's a nice jacket. Just that should be embroidered. If that's embroidered, that's £65. I'm in. I'm in. It really is something they desperately need to just invest a bit of money, because they've got so many good rides here.
Drayton Manor.
And again, you look at it, you've got so many good rides with, you know, Vikings and Loki, and I think this is new. I don't remember seeing this. And then they've got Stormforce 10. That's a nice, easy merch. They've got obviously the Wave. They've got the Haunting. They've got so many iconic rides here, and the merchandise is a little bit of a letdown. That's lovely. I'm calling that the best bit of merch here. I think that's nice. I just really want them to see them up their game a bit, especially when you're charging this price. Can't lie.
So it's more than Merlin price.
It is, yeah, it is. That is really nice though. That is the kind of thing that you want to see on the front of there. It's that. And then that makes that worth £52.
Yeah.
And it's a shame, because that's a nice design. It just better executed. Definitely better executed. But there's a better range this year. Just, it's an improvement on last year. I just want to see a bit more. I nearly knocked myself out with the ball then. Loki has opened for the first time today. However, for reasons I'm not sure of why, it is only loading one end, and the queue is full for it. Dear, operations are not the best today, to be honest with you. Not the best. We've had a good day. We have actually managed to get pretty much what we want to go on. I reckon we can go back. I reckon we could probably do Gold Rush again now if we wanted, and maybe get back on Maelstrom as well, because I think there'll be quite short queues. So we're going to have a look at Gold Rush. I'd like to get back on that if it's not too long. Medium. And then down to Maelstrom. But yeah, it's been a good day. We definitely could have gotten more with just slightly better operations. There's no doubt about that. And the Thomas train's shut, which is actually devastating, to be fair. Devastating. Front row. Yeah. Front row on something today. And it happens to be the train. Right, we are ending our day here at Drayton Manor. We can hear it, there it is. We're ending our day here at Drayton Manor. It's been a good day, hasn't it? We've got on nearly everything we want to go on. As I said, capacity does seem to be a problem right the way through, from our first ride on the Wave right the way to Loki now, which is still only running one side, which is a bit disappointing. But actually, we've had a really good time here at Drayton Manor. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been good.
And obviously we'll be back later on in the season.